evening and welcome to this edition of the Evening News for today, Wednesday, July 10, 2024. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for joining us. In the headlines this evening, region's brightest minds, stakeholders must find solutions to arrest crime, de-risk hotspots, says President Ali. IDB Rep, Commonwealth Secretary General, praised Guyana's criminal justice reform progress, urged more restorative justice. Boy 6 critical after being shot in head. 14-year-old drowns at National Aquatic Center. Teenager peacemaker injured by CUTLASS mob. And 50 more Guyanese begin training on heavy-duty equipment operation. Now for the news in detail. As the historic legal conference on criminal justice reform got underway in Guyana earlier today, President Dr. Irfaan Ali impressed on the legal luminaries in the Caribbean that criminal justice reform and de-risking so-called high-risk areas would involve the region's brightest minds from across all sectors coming together to find solutions. Gerald Bryan has our lead story tonight.
From July 10th to 11th, Guyana is hosting the first ever legal conference on criminal justice reform, which is tasked with advancing the Needham Point Declaration. The Needham Point Declaration was adopted in October 2023 in Barbados with the aim of countries making policy interventions to improve the wheels of justice. President Dr. Irfaan Ali, who delivered the feature address during the opening ceremony of the legal conference at the Marriott Hotel in Georgetown, noted the timeliness of the conference. At the same time, he also urged the need for a comprehensive discussion that will include all facets of the ecosystem from educational to social and cultural.
Unless the system supports this realignment, then we will not be dealing with the criminal justice system in totality. We can go and adopt all the legislations the IDB want to recommend to us. We can bring all the best practices. But if we do not fix the ecosystem, that is not only an issue for the judiciary or the dispensation of justice, but it's a problem for all of us, for the churches, parliament, then I believe that we will continue to plaster the problem and not address the foundation.
While agencies would put out warnings to tourists about at-risk areas prone to crime, the head of state noted that not enough conversations are had on how to de-risk these areas.
If we have determined an area to be a high-risk area, then how do we de-risk the area? Where is the conversation on de-risking the area? And this is an important part of the ecosystem that surrounds criminality. How do we apply our minds in the creation of policies that de-risk high-risk area? If there is a particular area that is prone to a particular crime, then the education system must put in the schools in that area teachers that are trained and equipped with a special skill set to deal with that particular issue so we can change the mindset. You can change that thinking process in the system. And that is how deep we have to go in resolving these issues.
On a regional level, President Ali further warned that the recent devastation caused by Hurricane Beryl in the region can exacerbate economic conditions that fuel crime.
In 45 minutes, Attorney General has sent people from the middle development class back to the poverty line. The entire fishery sector in Barbados wiped out in 45 minutes. The beaches that are an important part of the revenue generation that is critical to rebuild the fishery sector, gone. In an environment in which there is already great economic pressure, our region is now faced with these difficulties.
He also cited worrying statistics on crime in the region, where as much as 90% of homicide victims are men. Joe O'Brien, The Evening News.
On the occasion of the first legal conference on criminal justice reform being in Georgetown, Inter-American Development Bank country representative Lorena Solorzano Salazar highlighted the need for more restorative justice to be implemented while also acknowledging the strides Guyana has made in reforming its criminal justice system. Here is Gerald Bryan again with more.
Guyana on Wednesday came in for high praise from two eminent persons when it comes to the implementation of its criminal justice reform agenda. During the opening ceremony of the historic legal conference on criminal justice reform on advancing the Needham Point Declaration, IDB country rep Lorena Solorzano Salazar lauded the progress made in this area.
The Needham Point Declaration provides this comprehensive roadmap to making this a reality. So implementing these recommendations requires a concerned effort from all stakeholders, governments, legal practitioners, so civil society, and international development partners. I would say that I will commend and congratulate the efforts that Guyana has been doing in the several years. In Guyana, I would say that we have significant strides in this direction. That support has also allowed for the establishment of key institutional arrangements to govern and update the alignment of the country's laws with global legislative trends.
Salazar gave as an example the creation of the Law Reform Commission and legal provisions for the creation of a restorative justice center. At the same time, she highlighted the importance of continuing to implement restorative justice.
The reform and strengthening the judicial ecosystem is essential, since the victims' rights are at the heart of this work, and we must ensure that victims are treated with dignity and respect, receive the necessary support and protection, and have a voice in the justice processes. This includes providing comprehensive services for the victims of crimes, ensuring their safety, and promoting restorative justice practices. So there is a comprehensive ecosystem that Guyana is working on, I would say. We are very and extremely happy with, for example, with the Hope and Justice Center that Guyana has developed. We trust that it will truly be the center of healthy social relationship, conflict resolution, and mental health in adjoining communities.
Attorney General Anil Nandalal, in his address at the opening ceremony, highlighted areas in which the judiciary must focus on improving the dispensation of criminal justice.
Judges and magistrates must inject competence, impartiality, and efficiency in the discharge of their functions. Cases must be concluded within reasonable time. Adjournments must only be granted for good and sufficient reasons. Once a decision is made, the reasons therefore must be made available swiftly so that the appellate process can proceed with dispatch. Too often do we hear the cry across the region, justice delayed is justice denied. Governments must ensure that the judiciary is adequately resourced to enable the discharge of their duties with the requisite expediency.
Meanwhile, Commonwealth Secretary General Patricia Scotland sent out a statement in which she also hailed the progress being made in Guyana. According to Scotland, who will be in Guyana for the conference, she and her team not only salute Guyana for taking this bold step, but will also be assessing how they can contribute. Restorative justice involves providing justice to persons through consultation between a victim, perpetrator, and community members without imprisonment for non-violent crimes. The method falls under the Inter-American Development Bank IDB-funded Support for the Criminal Justice System program. Joe O'Brien, The Evening News.
A 6-year-old boy is now hospitalized in serious condition after he was shot in his head last evening in Charlestown, Georgetown. In this Luana McAllister report, you will hear that the suspect had been firing gunshots indiscriminately in the community prior to injuring the child. Here's more.
Injured is 6-year-old Jeremiah Gustav of Charles Street, Georgetown, and a pupil of Smith Memorial Primary School. He was shot at about 19 hours 45 on Tuesday, just outside his home. According to police reports, the 6-year-old boy was standing next to his 39-year-old mother, who was a food vendor, when the suspect approached on a black motorcycle with a gun in his hand. As he approached the food stall, he discharged 4 rounds in the direction of a man who was standing next to the child and his mother. Police say the man ran for cover while the 6-year-old was shot and fell to the ground. During an interview with the Evening News, the child's mother, Keisha Gustave, recalled the moment her son was shot. She recounted having heard gunshots in the community earlier, but dismissed it as fireworks.
Normally I just sell chicken and chips, and Jeremiah, he asked me for some fries. So I said that just now you can get the fries. I eventually put on the fries for him. So whilst we just sit down and think he's sitting down there. So I keep hearing this crib shot. And I saying, I didn't think I'd take it for nothing. So I said it's normal crib or whatever it is. See, he keeps saying, Mommy, the thing finished. I said, man, just now you're going to get it. So I still insist hearing this thing again. So by the time I turn around now for take out this fish out to the pot, I hear he hollering, Mommy, Mommy, Mommy. By the time I turn, I see my son in a pool of blood. The guy from over the other side rush, and he come and he carry us to the hospital.
Keisha said her son was shot through his temple and the bullet is lodged at the back of his head. After the shooting, he underwent emergency surgery and is currently on life support. The doctor have given him 48 hours to show signs of improvement.
To be honest, at this point in time, I don't even have words. I need justice for my son. I need justice for my son because he's just 6 years old. Why is it that they could do something like that to my son? Jeremiah's only 6, a little infant like that. You can do something to him. Oh my God. I can't take it. I can't bear. Watching at my son, I just breaking down into tears. Just tears. I breaking down. I go to the hospital. I calling you, hollering, Jerry, Mommy needs you, we family needs you, Jerry. Oh, come home back to us. And I doing this moving all the time.
Meanwhile, the mother is hoping to get justice for her son swiftly. Lawanta McAllister for the Evening News.
As advised by the United States Department of Justice, the Guyana government has submitted a formal request for the evidence in relation to recently sanctioned businessmen Azruddin and Nazar Mohammed, their affiliated businesses, and former government official May Thomas. More in this report.
Last month, Guyana was advised to have its Attorney General write the United States Department of Justice for the information it requested in relation to gold smuggling and public corruption allegations against 2 prominent Guyanese businessmen and a senior government official. During his weekly program Issues in the News, Attorney General and Legal Affairs Minister Anil Nandal disclosed that he has already submitted the necessary documents to the United States authorities.
I dispatched under my hand, as advised by the U.S. Department of Justice, the requisite requests for information, statements, evidence, depositions, documents, or other exhibits relating to the publication by the U.S. Treasury in respect of the sanctions imposed on Nazar Mohammed, Azruddin Mohammed, Mohammed Enterprise, and May Thomas, as well as the designated entities of Hadi's World and Team Mohammed's racing team.
According to the Attorney General, the evidence of corruption against the three persons were requested under the Inter-American Convention on Mutual Assistance on Criminal Matters and the Inter-American Convention Against Corruption, which provides facilities for states to offer mutual assistance in criminal matters. In a statement on June 11, the Department of Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control, OFAC, announced that it sanctioned businessman Nazar Mohammed and his son Azruddin Mohammed, along with several of their companies and a Guyanese government official, May Thomas, for their roles in alleged public corruption in Guyana. The U.S. is also accusing the Mohammeds of evasion of taxes on gold exports to the tune of US $50 million between 2019 and 2023. Even as government awaits feedback from the U.S., Mohammed's enterprise Cambio license was suspended, while all government agencies, as well as commercial banks and private companies, have stopped conducting business with the Mohammeds and their related companies.
The government of Guyana has already made it very clear that these grave allegations of criminal conduct will be thoroughly investigated.
Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manekchand.
Joel Adams, a 14-year-old student of the Sophia Care Center on Dennis Street, Georgetown, drowned on Tuesday at the National Aquatic Center, located at Lilliandale, Greater Georgetown. The incident occurred at about 5. Based on police reports, Adams went with a group of children to the Aquatic Center for a swim program. The caretaker of the Sophia Care Center told investigators that around 14:55, she heard the whistle blow and the children started to exit the pool. One of the swim coaches further related that she saw when Adams backflipped into the pool and the lifeguard jumped into the pool to rescue him. The teenager was taken out of the pool and attended to by a nurse who was there on standby. An ambulance was subsequently summoned and Adams was taken to the Georgetown Public Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. His body is at the GPHC's mortuary awaiting a post-mortem examination. Coming up on the other side of the break, teenager Peacemaker injured by Cutlass mob and 200 million upgrades for roads in Rossville, Roxham, Burnham Gardens. Please stay tuned.
Census takers from the Bureau of Statistics are still visiting homes to conduct work as part of the 2022 National Population and Housing Census. Enumeration is ongoing in some areas to ensure that everyone is counted. Verification and quality checks have also been done in an effort to ensure that the highest quality of data is produced from the census. Please cooperate with our census takers and ask them to produce their identification badges. Having been visited by a census taker, it is not too late. Call or WhatsApp us on 592-701-8700 or 592-701-8701 to ensure that you are counted. Census 2022, we counting with.
From region 1 to region 10.
GCOM is currently conducting a claims and objections exercise to produce an official list of electors, OLE. If you are 18 years or over by June 30, 2024, and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM has posted the preliminary list of electors PLE in all the registration divisions for you to check if you are listed and whether your particulars are accurate. You can object to anyone you believe does not qualify for inclusion in the OLE. To do so, you must be listed in the same divisional list as the person you are objecting to. Visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to make an objection. The objections aspect of this exercise will end on Monday, the 22nd of July, 2024. For more information, contact GCOM on 2250-27829 or visit www.gcom.org.
Calling all small to large scale businesses. The International Building Expo 2024 is coming to the National Stadium from August 8th to 11th, 2024. Whether you're a small business or a major player, there's a package for you starting as low as $20,000. Network with industry leaders, boost your brand visibility, and generate high quality sales leads. Register now at www.buildingexpo.gy. That's www.buildingexpo.gy or call 592-635-1103 or 592-635-1104.
Oh no, welcome to Building Expo. Yeah.
Join us for our opening day at the prestigious Art Williams and Harvey Wendt Aeronautical Engineering School on July 12th at 10 a.m. at the Eugene F. Correa International Airport. Experience firsthand the excitement of our workshops. Gain insights from industry experts. Enroll now and graduate with an associate's degree in aircraft maintenance engineering. Call us on telephone numbers 222-2155 or visit our website at aesguyana.com.
Welcome back. You're watching the evening news. A teenager has been severely chopped and another man has been injured after being attacked by a mob armed with cutlasses, sticks, and chains. Our Berbice correspondent Andrew Carmichael spoke with the victims from Albion, Quarantine, and filed this report.
19-year-old Suresh Prasad says the incident occurred on Sunday afternoon at Albion, Berbice. He said he was attacked by a group of men who were trying to kill him, and despite seeking refuge in 2 different yards, he says he was on the receiving end of cutlass blades. The teenager, who received chop wounds to his feet, hand, forearm, and multiple to his head, claimed that he was drinking Guinness at a bar not far from his home, and when he left, he encountered a 13-year-old who plays cricket at the same venue as he does. According to the construction worker, he asked the boy how he was doing. Shortly after, he was attacked by a mob who arrived in 2 cars. Prasad said he sought refuge in a yard, but the attackers came after him despite being warned by the property owner not to enter the yard.
2 car would pull up on the cutlass and push a coin at people yard and come in and brass me. And on brass me run go for another yard for hide and car out me and go back again and beat me.
The property owner, Lekram Rabulal, says he was also beaten by the mob after he tried to stop them from attacking the teenager.
I tried to avoid the man to come into my yard, and he pushed my gate open and proceed to beat the youth man and beat me because I tried to provide the problem.
Meanwhile, a woman who lived in the second yard which Prasad sought refuge told this newscast that she was attempting to lock her gate while the mob was on her bridge, but one of them raised a cutlass at her, forcing her to flee, leaving the gate open. Prasad ran into the woman's kitchen where he was again attacked. The woman fled to the safety of her neighbor's house.
Why you came back out?
No, we got another friend, the people who we had, they have a come over. Come out.
What issue you have with any one of these people? There has to be some issue.
Ain't no issue, but just everybody, all of them in trouble.
Meanwhile, the teenager's mother, while calling for swift justice, explained that she later found out that one of the attackers accused the teenager of attacking the 13-year-old with a sharp instrument.
my brother come call me and tell me say how chopping up happened there, front there. So I go quick and carry Zion Hospital. When me go out there, me and my big son, you can get a pass 2 car there, both 2 car and get people both sides so you can go in. Me went to the Albion police station and went there and the police asked if my son get chopped up. Me tell him yeah. He said there is no police.
Police subsequently arrested a businessman who has since been released on station bail. However, the investigation continues. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
Residents of Rossville and Roxanne Burnham Gardens in Georgetown will soon benefit from improved roads as government has allocated some $200 million to enhance thoroughfares in those communities. Kelroy Williams reports.
Public Works Minister John Edgell, during a recent outreach with residents from Rossville and Roxanne Burnham Gardens, revealed that works for the enhancement of roads in the area will begin shortly. The minister highlighted that the cost to enhance these roadways is close to $200 million.
Well, I've come to tell you, the same thing that happened in East Wrongville and West Wrongville will happen in Rossville and Roxanne Burnham Gardens. Within the next 10 days, the Ministry of Public Works Special Programs Unit, which is headed by this gentleman here, Mr. Colin Gittins, will be fully mobilized and the entire network of Rossville roads will be done over and all the roads in Roxanne Burnham Gardens will be done over. Rossville, Roxanne Burnham, your program, in terms of road development, we'll be injecting close to $200 million in your community.
On this point, the minister assured residents that these road enhancements will be done in a timely manner.
Before school reopen for September, with the pace that we work at the ministry through the Special Projects Unit, if we don't complete everything, we'll be more than 90% substantially completed of all the roads that you want to do in here.
Meanwhile, also speaking at the outreach was Foreign Affairs Minister Hugh Todd, who highlighted that the government is committed towards developing every area in the country.
When I say inclusive, I mean leaving no one behind. Taking every citizen in every community, in every region into consideration. So when we talk about development, we're speaking about development in a very balanced way.
Kelroy Williams, The Evening News.
We now tell you that the second batch of Guyanese is currently being equipped with the necessary skills and resources needed to operate heavy-duty equipment. Details in this Kelroy Williams report.
Some 50 more Guyanese are set to benefit from the Ministry of Labor and Board of Industrial Training Second Heavy Duty Equipment Operation Training Program at the Guyana Industrial Training Center, GITC, in Port Morant, Berbice. Delivering remarks at the launch on Tuesday, Labor Minister Joseph Hamilton highlighted that there is a high demand for heavy-duty equipment operators in the country. On this point, the minister highlighted the importance of the program to participants.
There was a recognition that all the development that is happening as regards these shore bases and oil and gas company, we didn't have enough forklift operators in this country. So when you're finished, you will be proficient in 4 areas to operate heavy-duty equipment.
Moreover, the minister also encouraged more female sub-skills themselves in unconventional fields.
I am delighted when I see females joining these programs, because a couple of years ago they had no opportunity to join this program because the society said this is man work. Let me say this to you ladies. There is no man work and woman work.
Also speaking at the program launch was Chief Executive Officer at BIT Richard Mon, who encouraged persons to make the most of the opportunity.
I want to encourage you not to occupy space.
meaning don't be a participant. Make sure that at the end of the period of training that you're able to confidently say, I'm an operator, and not just say it, but know that you can.
To date, nearly 100 individuals have been trained in heavy-duty equipment operation in Georgetown this year. The program has a duration of 4 to 6 months and will cover various topics including equipment operation techniques, safety procedures, maintenance practices, and industry regulations. Kelroy Williams, The Evening News.
Following the destruction of Grenada's communication services, a temporary system was put in place to allow citizens to contact their loved ones and, more importantly, for relief purposes. Luanda McAllister has more.
This was revealed by the Director of Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, Elizabeth Riley, during a press briefing on Tuesday, where she addressed various challenges and relief responses that are ongoing following the devastation of Hurricane Beryl.
With respect to communications, there is a satellite phone service as well as VHF radio connections. These have been established at the Carriacou District Emergency Operations Center, and there's also satellite phone service on Petit Martinique. So there is better connectivity than when we spoke a few days ago. A field hospital has been set up in Carriacou by Samaritan's Purse, which is one of the big international NGOs, and that is operational, and we thank them for providing that support to the government of Grenada. We do have a regional security system contingent, which has arrived and is stationed on Carriacou, and similarly we have this type of support being provided to St. Vincent and the Grenadines as well.
Meanwhile, the CDEMA director for the stated that a complete state of emergency is still in effect in Grenada. However, flights and vessels are fully operational in Petit Martinique and Carriacou, two of the areas that were the hardest hit.
With respect to Carriacou and Petit Martinique, persons should note that the state of emergency remains in effect for these islands as indicated by the government of Grenada. The airport and seaport in Carriacou, these are operational and in fact are accommodating flights as well as vessels. The jetty in Petit Martinique is also being used, and as such, this is the modality by which relief items are being distributed.
Riley added that statistical reports have been readily available in terms of casualties. The devastating hurricane severely impacted Grenada, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Jamaica. In response, the Guyana government, with support from the private sector and NGOs, have dispatched at least 2 shipments of relief items to the affected countries. Luanda McAllister, The Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic on Thursday, July 11, 2024 at 4 hours for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is scheduled to be closed to vehicular traffic at 7 hours 10 on Thursday, July 11, 2024, also for 1.5 hours.
Coachman eyeing national title after qualifiers win, and England in firm control after they won against West Indies. This and more coming up in the Sportcast, sponsored by Macorp.
Miners, welders, and contractors. Have broken parts caused you tremendous downtime? Do you need an extra heavy-duty, dependable welding machine that will get the toughest jobs done and can also double as a generator to power all of your tools? Well, your #1 industrial solutions provider Sylvie's has you covered. We currently have in stock the Hobart Champion Elite Arc Welder and Generator. This capable electric start generator produces up to 11,000 watts of AC power to run tools, work lights, or backup power during an outage. It can simultaneously deliver 150 amps weld output and 8,000 watts of generator power, and can run up to 14 hours on one 12-gallon tank of gas. This portable generator handles mild steel, stainless steel, and cast iron iron with a maximum thickness of ½ inch in a single pass. So what are you waiting for? If you can't make it to our 31 High and Hatfield Streets Georgetown location, we can deliver. Give us a call on 227-6226 or WhatsApp us on 623-7755 or visit our website sylviesonline.com. Sylvie's Industrial Solution, proudly serving Guyana for over 4 decades.
Calling all small to large scale businesses, the International Building Expo 2024 is coming to the National Stadium from August 8th to 11th, 2024. Whether you're a small business or a major player, there's a package for you starting as low as $20,000. Network with industry leaders, boost your brand visibility, and generate high quality sales leads. Register now at www.buildingexpo.gy. That's www.buildingexpo.gy. Or call 592-635-1103 or 592-635-1104.
Oh no, welcome to Building Expo.
Did you know that Gassi's Jet A1 fuel is a type of aviation fuel specially formulated for turbine engines? Jet A1 fuel is safer to handle and transport than any other fuel types due to its high flash point and low volatility. It also boasts a high energy content, enhancing aircraft performance and efficiency. So whether traveling for business or pleasure, choose GUYANA'S Jet A1 fuel for a safe, reliable, and efficient flight.
Join us for our opening day at the prestigious Art Williams and Harvey Wendt Aeronautical Engineering School on July 12th at 10 a.m. at the Eugene F. Correa International Airport. Experience firsthand the excitement of our workshops. Gain insights from industry experts. Enroll now and graduate with an associate's degree in aircraft maintenance engineering. Call us on telephone numbers 222-2155 or visit our website at aesguyana.com.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown,